Well, greetings, gamers. This is Dr. Ayleen, the Gaming Doc, and this is your place and your space to have a seat, have a chat, have a chill, have a laugh, hear a pun, and otherwise enjoy life. Because shouldn't we do that every once in a while? Shouldn't we take those times whenever we can to take a break and to just kind of, take a moment, because we all need to take a moment sometimes. And Mixel 119! Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I hope that you're doing really, really good. And I see that you are streaming, so I know that you may need to go back and doing Wolfenstein. Folks, please, please, please give a great big old loving, greeting to Mixel. And as I try to type this in correctly, 19, I think I got it right. Yes, go over, say hi, give a follow. And the non-gaming gamer, good morning, sweetie. How are you doing? Well, afternoon, evening, or night, depending on where you are. But I hope you're doing well. I hope that everything is going really good for you. And Th3Ga FPS! Yes, hello, good morning. So glad to have you here. And of course, Papa Merritt, absolutely, our little rising star in the Twitch universe. Please, please, please go and hang out. Give him a follow. Oh my God, Warlord Reiku! Yes, definitely. Shout out my friend Warlord Reiku. Oh, it's so good to see all of you here. This is so neat. Yay! And, for those of you who are still in school, who are just finishing up, who are getting ready to start summer vacation, because isn't summer vacation a beautiful thing? Oh man, I remember, back in the old days when dinosaurs roamed the earth and, we had the wheel almost totally perfected. Fire was coming along real well. It was the best thing to, just, that countdown on that last week before summer vacation was the absolute best. Papa is streaming tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. Be there and don't be late. Bring chocolate milk. What about the cookies? Will you be providing cookies? I heard the dark side has cookies. So, welcome and hydrate. And so I am again having bulletproof coffee, which is basically coffee with butter in it. I tried it yesterday. By the beginning of the stream, not so crazy about it. End of the stream, loved it. And so I'm having it again today. No cookies. I'm definitely ready for summer. I've been doing online school all year. Oh, bless your heart, sweetie. I'm sure that it is just, and especially for, the young folks who are used to being able to go out and socialize and all of that it has been really a hard time. And, oh my God, who is that? Who is that bunny hopping up the path? We have JJ the Bunny, aka Funny Bunny, aka Punny Bunny, aka Techie Bunny, aka Hugs Bunny, aka the Jackalope. Can't hear in a meeting. That's okay. But thank you for being here. Mwah. And we'll say hugs, bunny. But yes, we have, it is so nice to have this change in the season, because it always opens us up for possibilities. There is something, up here on the mountain, it's still a tad on the chilly side in the morning, but it is, we do feel summer coming in, and evenings it stays light later, and the mornings, I go out, and every 2 days I go out and do a run, and 2.5 miles, yay. And so, now it's getting lighter in the morning, and we feel that change, and it is so neat to, to have that. AKA JJ the Cotton Ball. Are you known the Little Rock Nine? No, I do not know the Little Rock Nine. Who are they? What are they? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, and if any of you are doing streams or have streams coming up or are streamers, please feel free to shout it out in the chat. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know, when you're streaming, because, I mean, it is so great for us to be able to support one another. How have you been? I have been pretty good. Thank you so much for asking. It is, it's always, kind of interesting at this time of the year because, we don't bite. Nice. But, it's always, I've lived on a mountain now for almost 8 years, and I cannot imagine being anywhere else or living anywhere else. And I do, but Doc doesn't. Well, but does Snoop bite? Yeah. Also, go check out Papa Merritt because he has the most adorable dog named Snoop. And I'm playing now Wolfenstein, but I'm waiting for watchers. Absolutely, that is so cool. Well, I think maybe we have a possibility for a raid. Maybe we have a possibility for that. But I mean, you're probably going to have a whole bunch of people in by the time, we finish. But if not, we got you. We got you, Mixel. We will definitely get you a raid. But, it really is, cool to, have so many amazing young gamers who are in here. And, and I mean, that is like such a cool thing because it doesn't limit you based on your age. Just, it's like your passion for gaming, because that's what it's all about, is that we love gaming. Even, an old lady like me, I love my gaming and I love my gamers. He has 15 followers. Nice. We got to get you up. Are you bulletproof yet? Infamous J.O. Oh my gosh, definitely. Shout out my personal Obi-Wan Kenobi when it comes to Don't Starve. If you want to know anything about playing Don't Starve, this is the channel that you need to go and hang out in, because he just, and he makes it look all so easy. It's like, oh, well, I go pick up this, go pick up that, make this thing, make that thing. And I'm like, how do I not die? But yes, definitely go check out Infamous J.O. because he is, even if you're not into Don't Starve, which, I can't see why anybody wouldn't be, but he is also a really neat, cool guy. So, go over there and give some love. What does that mean? You're saying I'm useless? Who would say that? Who would? I would not. I absolutely not. I've been sick in bed today, but on the positive side, I love my bed. Oh my gosh, that is so neat to love your bed. You get like goose down comforters. There is nothing better than a goose down comforter, I'm telling you. But I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. I'm sorry that you're feeling sick, and I love that you find a positive side on it, and I love that you're here, and it is so nice to see your name lighting up. And there's some days that definitely are not so fun, but every blessing to you, my heart to yours. I hope that this summer will be an amazing, wonderful summer for you, as well as all the rest. And yes, Infamous, I have my bulletproof coffee. It was weird because, like I said, at the beginning of the stream, it's like, I don't know about this. And now it's like, oh my God, I love this. I've been getting called a pussy because I didn't ride a lot of rides because they mostly went upside down and they were pretty scary. Not gonna lie. Dude, no. Not. Totally not. Hey, you are, first off, self-preservation is a beautiful thing. Second off, it takes a lot of courage to stand up for what you believe in. It takes a lot of, because I'm telling you, that is the measure of a person, is not their ability to go along, not their ability to, it's like, well, if everybody else wants me to do it, I'm going to do it. No. It takes so much more. It takes more courage. It takes more tenacity. It takes more self-confidence in knowing who you are to be able to say, nah, that's not for me. It's like, if you enjoy it, go ahead. But it's not for me. I'm not into that. I'm not looking forward to that. So, dude, you should be very, very proud of yourself, because I'm very proud of you. You made a choice on what was right for you. And I mean, and the thing is, it's like every single one who would say something like that, they're like totally not worth the attention, because that comes from a very immature point of view. You applaud when somebody stands up for themselves. You applaud when somebody does what is right for them. And I'm tremendously proud of you for that. I mean, because it's like, whether it's a big deal or a small deal, we all need to be able to be ourselves. Where is it? Bayer. You know what? Dude, I am going to do this now live. Alrighty. Munich. Let's see images. Ooh, I see lots of football images. Oh, that's the team. Videos, news. Oh, I definitely see. Okay, so let's see. I've told them to that. True, because I ain't gonna ride a lot of rides like I rode once. I stayed upside down for 5 seconds and was 75. Found a new group. Absolutely. On the bright side, I'm staying in my school choir through my treatments. I might miss a couple of practices, but happy about that. Oh my gosh, you're into music. You're a singer. Oh, I mean, I'm sort of a singer. I'm kind of sort of. Infamous, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but that was so nice. Thank you so much. And let's see, images of Bern, Germany. Ooh, that is so cool. That is so neat. Alrighty. Dude, I have now searched it, Mixel. I love this. Oh my God, castles and roads and all kinds of stuff. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. I am so going there. I am so going to Bayern, Germany. Yeah, non-gaming gamer. Papa Merritt plays in the band. He also has a very, very, very nice singing voice. Okay, I feel a boy band forming. Okay, any of you guys who are singers or musicians, you all need to get together and do a Twitch stream boy band. It will be epic. You guys, you all need to get together and do like a boy band. I am so inspired. Do this. Oh, and who do we have in the house? But Gaming with Kentucky and JD with his hello little lady. Oh, one of my favorite things to be referred to. Oh my gosh. I want to give away in someone's channel so I can afford a sub. Well, thank you. That is so sweet of you. And Gaming JD. Confession, I never sing by myself. In fact, I usually refuse to sing on my own because it's so embarrassing for me. Has to be in a choir. Sweetheart, whatever feels most comfortable for you, but I would be willing to bet. I'd be willing to bet that you have a pretty cool voice on your own. And that's why we got to get you into a boy band, because if we get you into a boy band, then, you can be singing with a group. But, I'm sure you have a lovely voice. And I spent way too many years of my life refusing to sing because somebody said something mean to me when I was very young. And it hurt me so bad that I spent almost 30 years where I refused to sing in public. And then I found out, you know what? I don't have a bad voice. I actually have a pretty nice voice. I mean, Mariah Carey ain't losing sleep over me, but, we're never quite as bad. We are always our own worst critic. And I'd be willing to bet that there are people who have heard you sing who go, you know what? They've got a really, really nice voice. So, it is, and the thing is, is what comes out in a song is what's in your heart. You know, if you have a love of what you do, that comes out through your voice. That's what people hear. People hear the love you have for what you do and how much it makes you happy. So you hang in there, you know. I am a horrible singer, but I will sing if I'm not talking. So if you do want to hear me sing, then talk to me. I refute that. I have no proof. Besides, at least I know you can dance. And if you want to see Kentucky and JD dance, he's got this thing on his channel where he's going like this, and it is absolutely amazing to watch and almost hypnotic. That's the thing. When you watch JD do his little shoulder roll thing and he gives the camera a look, it is almost hypnotic. You cannot look away from it. So, you know, and he's also an amazing gamer who has a phenomenal, wonderful family, and they all get in on the gaming. So please, please, please. Okay, out of my meeting. Well, I guess we got to stop talking about JJ now. Kidding. We only say nice things about JJ. But, you know, because JJ is an awesome, wonderful guy who I'm wondering what he's having for lunch. Because no stream is complete without finding out what JJ is having for lunch. And if anybody else would like to share what they're having for lunch, that's fine. Or maybe breakfast or dinner, depending on where you are. So, yes, we're coming up on June 1st. I finally decided what I will be doing the giveaway. And, and it is something very cool that I found. And am I going to tell you what it is right now? No, because you will find out on June 1st, because July 1st is when we do our drawing. So for those of you, yes, all right, let's put down JD. Okay, JD in. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, every 3 months I do a giveaway. And in order to be a part of the giveaway, you just have to redeem it for 4,000 channel points. And that's the reason why I have it, like, I let people know a month ahead, so that way they can start building up points. Yeah, I don't really like being put on the spotlight either, yeah? Trust me, I have an awesome voice. Well, good for you. I have scars from IVs, and I did sung once on a stage in short sleeve, and all it did was start a rumor that I shoot up. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. You know, sometimes people can just be really bad, and sometimes they just suck. And you know, it's somebody who really doesn't appreciate sound and music and stuff like that. If anybody would say that I have 3,730 channel points, well, then just a few more episodes and you will have yours. Yeah, some of them can be. Oh, man, non-gaming gamer, I'm so sorry that you went through that. I'm so sorry that somebody did that, because, you know, you deserve better. You didn't deserve that. And I'm proud of you that you didn't let that take away from your ability to make music, even if it's on your own. You know, they can never take that music away from you. What is it? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Ah, God, cat, you're getting heavy. Ah. Alrighty, Luna, in the house. Yay. Oh. Yep, if you have a pet, kitty. JD says hi. You know, if you have a pet or a cat or a dog or an iguana or a snake, oh, pets are the best. Blair. What? Well, you were the one who insisted on like getting up here. You are the one who wanted to be on the camera. All right, go. JJ says hi. Stupid cat. No, Luna is amazing. She's wonderful. She's magical. And, you know, and hey, those who have pets and are able to get that cuddle, get that, you know, I mean, granted, you get the hair with it. Ah, hair. Yes, summer also means that Luna is shedding all over the place. So if I can manage to get a cup of anything that doesn't have cat hair in it, I call it a victory. Ooh, I have a cat just like that. His name is Zachary McFinn. I thought that's how you spelled Zachary when I was 6. Oh, that's so cool. I mean, it's so fun when, you see other people have cats, especially black cats. There's something a little different about black cats. Doc hates hair. Well, it's just that when it gets like in my nose and and it's like that little wispy feeling, and it's like, ah! But that's okay. There are worse things. But it really is, fun to, to see the things get warmer and with things lessening up. And I mean, last summer it was kind of a wash because nobody could go out. People are starting to go out again. People are starting to be able to interact again. The feeling stays even when after you get rid of the hair. That's the worst. I know. Oh my gosh. It's like my brain is telling me that there's something there. And it's like, no, I know there's nothing there, but I still feel it. But, it's a thing. It's a thing with cats. And some dogs too. But, I've always liked short hair animals because there is less hair to be involved. But whether it's a short hair or a long hair, unless it's a bald cat, you're still going to deal with hair. I see a little something right there. Dude, no, don't do that. Don't do that. It freaks me out. We're in the finals of our DB tournament. Really? Good luck. Awesome. My cat jumps on the counter every time he hears me chopping fruit. Really? You got a cat who's into fruit? Yep. Dodgeball. That's what I figured. It's like, I remember the dodgeball tournaments. My team is out. Oh. Well, hey, hang in there. That way you can at least root for others. But yeah, I mean, when I started doing YouTube videos, Luna would just kind of jump up in front. As soon as she heard me starting to do the recording, she would jump up. Evening, Silver Architect! Mods and chats, hope you're having a great start to your day, sis, and chat is good. Oh, I am so happy to have you here, Silver Architect. Everybody. Greet my nameless family, Silver Architect 78, who is just an absolute doll, who is, he's like one of these streamers. Oh, Tyler says hi. Hi, Tyler. Silver Architect is like one of these streamers who, just makes it look so seamless, interacting with chat and playing a game and doing an awesome job of playing the game. I'm still working on being able to do that. But when you have streamers who can be able to, engage the chat, catch what's going on, if somebody says they're not doing good or, is having an issue, man, Silver just jumps on it. And doesn't miss it and notices it and notices you as a person. So please go and give some love to that, to his channel, because he does so much, and and he's always there to help out. He goes, he's in other streams a lot, and just supporting. Silver Architect 78 is an awesome man. Love my friendship with him. See, white team won. Well, here's for the white team. But, and that really is, when you have people who are out there doing really good stuff and being really kind and being really supportive. And, sometimes it's hard to notice that when you've got so much hard stuff happening. And, I really like the idea of being able to point out, when somebody is just doing good for the world. Because, it doesn't matter if you've only got one person in your stream. You're making the world better for that one person. And you are, you're helping to make the world a gentler place for at least a while. And that means a lot in these days. That means a lot in a very troubled world. To have people who don't just, sit and stream a game. And as JD has said often, which, truer words have almost never been spoken, you don't watch a stream for the game. You watch a stream for the streamer. And, JD and Silver and Papa and and all the other folks who are here, Mixel and Infamous, and all those who work really hard streaming. Either they stream, and JJ the Bunny, who he's one of the busiest guys outside of Hollywood, but I tell you what, you go drop him a follow, because when he does have the time to stream, it's definitely something worth the wait. And he is almost always over in other streams helping out people and supporting. So, this world just needs a love train. There would be less beat off people. That is right. Oh, JD, if you're going to be around this afternoon, and you can help me set up to where I can click that, because for those of you who have never heard the song Love Train by a group called the OJs, it was a long time ago, but it is absolutely, he's never in mine. Well, goodness, you can only catch so many, and you haven't been streaming that much lately, so, you've been a busy guy too. So that's okay. We all catch around to everybody eventually. But, I know, JK. But yeah, it's a song from my childhood and, growing up in the 60s. I'm overcommitted as it is. Yep. Cause of effing school. Well, soon it's going to be summer. But, and JJ, hey, as someone who a lot of people have said should be committed, I resonate with you. But, the fact that, we have so many amazing people who find time to be there for folks, to find time to help out. I mean, I know that, if I have a problem with something, I've got all these awesome people who I can, tap on their shoulder and say, hey, you got a minute? Can you explain this to me? And they do. And they don't make me feel like an old boomer lady or feel bad. And, it's so nice when we have a chance to help each other. And you help more people. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Whoever you are. There are people in this world that you help and you don't even realize you help. There are people you inspire that you don't even know you inspire. There are people who, when they think of someone they can talk to who will help them out and who will understand, they think of you. And we may not realize how much we do for other people, but that doesn't mean we're not doing it. I can after my stream, sure. You can add it through Twitch extension sound alerts and set that up, or I'll upload it to YouTube so you can download the song to your PC and add it to your streaming software. I can show you on my stream as well. Thank you. And Papa, you go lurk, sweetie. But, it really is, the difference we make. It really is our gift to the world. And you are a gift to the world. And you matter. And maybe if an old lady on a mountain is one of the few people to tell you that today, you should hear it every single day. Well, got a busy time coming up over the next 2 weeks. Ooh, 2 birthdays. And mine and my girlfriend's 2-year anniversary. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Congratulations. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, so yeah. It's the game have many blood. Oh, yes. Which one? The one you're playing? Wolfenstein? So you can actually, it's like have the, it's like the gore factor on a game. And it's like, okay, so that's set for like when, your family and friends walk in. It's like, see, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Ah! But yeah, Silver Architect, congratulations. Birthdays are amazing to celebrate, and anniversaries are wonderful. Congratulations on 2 years. That is so wonderful. Awesome. And, it is, especially, for you younger folks here. It's, you need to hear how amazing you are on a regular basis. If people expect me to be in their stream, they do not need to be in mine with that thought. Not trying to offend. During school, I teach my kids. When school is not in work, noon to dinner, I stream. After that, I'm lucky to visit 1 or 2 a night and be with family. If everyone is expected, then no one would have an audience. Life happens, so we can't place demands on viewers. Awesome. Absolutely true. You know, it's going to eat mud bugs. I know what mud bugs are, dude. Man, I would donate a redundant kidney for a good old crawfish boil. And also, my girlfriend's oldest baby is 2 months on my daughter's birthday. Get to see her over the weekend. Oh, 2 months. That is so... Oh, I remember when my boys were 2 months. And your daughter's birthday. Very happy birthday to your daughter. But yeah, I mean, you know, it is really, you know, important because, you know, there are folks who, okay, who want to come into Twitch, and believe me, no reason is a bad reason to stream. It's just about what it is that you want to receive and what is it you want to give. And so, you know, there are people who are, tomorrow I meant, cool. There are people who really want to come into this. It's like, you know what? I want this to be a career. I want this to be my work. I want to, you know, make a full-time thing. And I find that those streams are a bit more driven. And, you know, there's a certain energy about it. And for people, it's like, you know what? I just enjoy streaming. You know, when folks come in, that's great. If they do, you know, that's fine. If not, if I'm sitting here by myself talking to the 4 walls, I'm still having fun. I'm still enjoying myself. So somewhere between those two, everybody falls. So, you know, whatever it is that each person wants to get out of it. And there is also still that remembering that, you know, it's like, you know what? It's about being friends. It's about getting to know people. It's not just, oh, well, I'm only going to do raids on, you know, like the big streams and, you know, and so that I can get recognition, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with. You know, if that's what your goal is, then, you know, yeah, you know, you focus on the bigger streams, you focus on making those connections. Frankly, you know, I mean, would I love to be able to do this full time? Yeah, you know, I'm going to be retiring as a doctor in 2024, and I think it would be cool to be able to make a living off Twitch. And my thing is, I love finding small streams that maybe have nobody viewing or one person viewing, and I like to do raids on them. Because it's like, hey, how are you doing? You know, there was one guy who was just so excited to see a raid come in, and he was so excited that people were, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, hi everybody, hi, and, you know, getting follows and stuff. I mean, if we can be able to help somebody else's day to be a little bit better, I call that a win. I call that a major win. And there's a lot of people who, you know, have full-time jobs and can only afford to stream at certain times. They can only afford to watch so many streams. And good for them, because that means they're prioritizing what, you know, they really need to do to take care of stuff. Yeah, those are my favorite raids to do, and give hope to non-affiliates. Keep them motivated. Exactly. I mean, you know, becoming an affiliate was so exciting for me, not because I became affiliate, but because of how I became an affiliate. Because, you know, I think I was in Corbulus's stream, and I mentioned in the chat that I only needed like a certain number of more followers to be able to make affiliate. And I mean, immediately it's like, okay, we're going to do this tonight. And they started, you know, people, you know, telling people, everybody in the chat, hey, you need to go to the Gaming Doc, you need to follow. And I made affiliate that night. And having that support and encouragement, and especially when you're first starting this, because it is hard to, you know, really get into it. And it's scary. It's a scary thing to do, and it's exciting and it's fun. So being able to, you know, help give a leg up and give encouragement to those who, you know, and it's not saying that big streamers don't need encouragement. I'm sure they do. And forgetting I got my affiliate backwards. I had enough followers before I even started, just needed to stream. Oh, JJ, you always find a unique way to take on something, and it's weird because the image I got in my head was a rabbit hopping backwards. Which is very interesting. It's like a rabbit hopping backwards and hopping backwards into a little rabbit burrow. Wow, that was a bizarre tangent. JJ inspires that. You know, it's just like, wow, I thought about this thing. And then all of a sudden, you know, but when you get up around my age, you start, you know, it's like one thought will take you completely on a totally different train. It's like somebody will bring up something in chat about something totally random. And then it's like, wait a minute, what was I talking about again? But that's okay. I consider that an award for living as long as I have. That I get to be random. It's like, yeah, I dare you to follow my train of thought. But the idea is about being able to help people to feel encouraged. And that was like one of the main reasons why I started a stream. I mean, you know, I game a bit, but it wasn't about, you know, being a gamer and doing this. It was about letting people know that, you know, that what they do matters, that who they are matters. And sometimes gamers can get a lot of hate. And sometimes people don't realize how young a gamer might be. And when you have somebody who is, you know, I mean, for anybody, but when you have somebody who's younger, who's suddenly getting all kinds of, you know, really ugly statements, it's like, you know, there's a human being on the other side of that. Yeah, same as me. JJ and I struggle with viewer average, but was on 100 followers when I started to stream. I was lucky back in the day. I did, map builds for city skylines, and people were following me, hoping I would stream making a map back then. Oh, that would be so cool. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a neat stream. And, you know, as we used to say, bass backwards. But yeah, I mean, however you make it, it's exciting and it's cool. And does that automatically mean, oh yeah, you know, bam, you know, I'm going to be successful now? No, it still takes work. It still takes a lot of work. It still takes showing up. It still takes, you know, praying to the frame rate gods that you will be able to, your stream will work, or that your internet is going to be working. 3-year anniversary, 2 weeks after my NF Quickcast. Oh my gosh. Oh, 3 years since you've been an affiliate. Oh, congratulations. That is so cool. Yeah, the average can be hard to hit. Thankfully, since I mod for a bunch of people, they would pop in and out just enough to get my average. Good. You know, and really that's like, you know, one of the key things about, you know, be yourself. Yeah, my internet crashed 5 times. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am praying it lets me stream. We are putting up a good intention. We are putting up a very good intention for Kentuckian JD's stream, and that the streaming gods will be beneficial and hopefully. But I mean, you know, there's stuff you can't control. You just have to do your best and realize that your best is good enough. I mean, you know, if you say it's like, you know, well, you know, I had a bad stream because I had bad internet. It's like, no, you had an excellent stream just with bad internet. And being able to recognize that, you know, it doesn't, the things that you can't control are literally that, things you can't control. But if you do the most you can with what you can control, you know, even if it is, you know, it's laggy and all of that stuff and you got to give up your stream, you know, still know that you did an amazing job. Still know that you worked your hardest and you worked your best. And, you know, that's the important thing, and that people don't give up. Marcus wants to stream with me, so I'll pray the streaming gods. Let's see. You know what? Where is it? Hold on. I had, okay. Hold on a minute. You guys get to see my Be Right Back screen. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right. I am going to, in many traditions, there are different ways to put out a good intention. And one of them is to light a candle. So I am lighting a candle for JD's stream. See? That's yours, JD. That light, that's yours. So that you and Marcus, who is absolutely adorable, you guys got to go and follow just so you can see Marcus. And Tyler and Robin and you know, and all of his amazing kids. And of course, Nurse Taz, who is an amazing nurse. You know, so this is your candle with your intention. And so we are going to say, wonderful stream, wonderful stream, wonderful stream. Which it will be a wonderful stream. Just, you know, we'll say internet, internet, internet. You know, it really is, you know, it's an everyday thing that even when you're not streaming, you're thinking about ways to improve your stream. You're thinking about ways to be able to do better. And one of the best things that I can suggest to anybody is, you know, go to the people who are streaming things in the way that you would like to stream and do what they do. And, you know, say, you know, it's like, and ask them for advice. Most streamers are really, really nice, or at least the ones I've met. And, you know, and I'm in a community called the Nameless Family, who are amazing. They, you know, they really care about the people who come in. They make sure that if you're coming in, that you know, you're carrying things in a good way, that you know, you're being in integrity, and that's important to them. And they also support to an amazing degree. You know, honestly, I don't know how I could do anything that I do without the wonderful support that I've had from them and from, you know, folks like JJ and Papa Merritt and, you know, and all the people who come in and are helpful and supportive. So the idea that, you know, nobody does this alone. And anybody who thinks they can, I think, is sorely mistaken, because we all need help. We all need advice, especially when we start out. So, you know, most streamers, I would think, would be really good about, you know, offering a little bit of advice here and there. You know, it's like, well, you know what, if you want to achieve this, here's how I did it. It doesn't mean that how they do it is going to be a guaranteed success, but it's also an idea. And it's okay to ask for advice. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to admit that you know, may not know what you're doing, because usually that's the start of where things start to get good. And especially for, you know, for you younger folks, you are going to be so much further along than, you know, than some of us who, you know, didn't quite, you know, get the same encouragement. But, you know, you have access to the collective knowledge of humanity. I mean, pretty much almost all of it. And you can be able to use that to move forward and to learn, not just learn about how to do things, but learn how not to do things. And yeah, there's a lot of folks who seem to be very successful, you know, maybe not being the nicest person. Now, does that mean that they're like that, you know, for real? Or if, you know, IRL, in real life? Yes, I learned that one. I learned the letters. I'm learning the letters. But, you know, maybe it is just, you know, like a personality that they use, and they're all gruff and insulting and all that other stuff. I mean, yeah, you know, some people do well with that. And my feeling is not as many as most people think. And I find that when you're kind, when you're encouraging, when you know, offer support, people want to give that support back to you. And, you know, and that's why I want people, if somebody has a stream coming up, if somebody has a birthday coming up, if somebody has anything they want to celebrate or anything that's weighing on them, that, you know, this chat is a safe place to put that. That you can bring that and say, you know what, I'm not doing so good today. You know, and, you know, non-gaming gamer, you know, who said that, you know, he wasn't feeling real well, and that, you know, so he was resting. And, you know, and that's really cool. Now, I'm saying I honestly should not say that, because non-gaming gamer, I do not know your gender identification. I tend to defer male, but if anybody has a preferred pronoun, please let me know. And if I am incorrect, then again, please let me know. I do that all the time. I gender profile based on name, and I think that it is, I don't know, it's just difficult and it can be tricky, and I offer absolutely no intention of offense on anyone, and especially right now when a lot of people are kind of finding themselves. And I think that's a beautiful, amazing thing, because back in the day, that was not encouraged, for people to really step up and be who they are. And and I think that's a part of the We Got This. That's why I call this We Got This Wednesday, because we do. Together we do. Together we've got this, because I've got your back. And I've been so blessed to have so many folks in here have mine. And does that mean we don't make mistakes? No. Does that mean we don't occasionally flub up? No. Does that mean, that we're not going to do things that we regret like 5 seconds later and wish we could take the last 5 seconds back so we could tell ourselves to shut our face hole? Yeah. It just means that we're doing the best we can with what we have to work with in that moment. And we've got wonderful people who will help us through, let us know when we do great, let us know when, you might want to not do that again, and just be there for us. I get misgendered often since a lot of people associate female with bunnies. See, I don't, because when I think of bunnies first, Bugs Bunny. And I used to work at an amusement park called Great America, and believe me, Great America was constantly Bugs Bunny. And also Thumper, who was from the movie Bambi, way a million years ago, and Thumper was a boy. So actually, I've always related rabbits to males. So it's interesting though, because I could see that, because of course there's, Babs Bunny, who came along later. So I think it might be a generational thing. But yes, JJ the bunny. But, it's good for us to remember that, everybody's just doing the best they can with what they've got to work with. And maybe they don't have so much to work with. Maybe they didn't have an opportunity to have somebody really sit them down and give them some very good advice on how to be in the world. I used to do that all the time till I joined the raid team. I played Division 2 with all the names I assumed they were male, and first in voice chat realized they were female and couldn't stop apologizing to her. She said she had it happen all the time till they hear her talk, and we sat there having a laugh about it. See, that is wonderful. That is, when people, rather than, jump to being offended, say, you know what? It happens all the time. I have actually had a lot of people who gender me as male, because it's like they'll see me come into their thing and it's like, hey man, how you doing? Hey dude, how you doing? And so I guess because doctor, often people will assume that I'm male. So, or, maybe the gaming piece, because, if you're gaming, then, because it is predominantly male. But, those ratios are changing. There are way more women, which, awesome, great. And the fact that, now we have this whole amazing rainbow of, how people choose to perceive themselves. So, well, yeah, I remember letting you wonder, you was a lady. I know, I remember that. It's like, yeah, she's a lady. But, well, and then there's like streamers, the guy who does the farming, B24 Gaming, I think. And so he is from Trinidad, Tobago. And so everything is Mon. Hey, Mon. Hey, Mon. So it's like, it's sort of like the equivalent of, because I would look at another woman and go, dude. So, there are certain sort of interesting terminologies for that. But however you choose, if I misgender you, my sincerest apologies. It is not my intention. And please feel free to correct me. I I learn by correction. You know, we don't learn by getting things right as much as we learn by getting things wrong and being told. It's like, yeah, no. So, bulletproof coffee went the wrong way. Here we go. So, you know, together we've got this. Together, it's amazing what we can achieve. Together, we can be able to, you know, help people move forward. Well, if it was my cheeky kids, I would be classed as alien and not male. Ah, yes. Yeah, I used to be told, it's like, you know, you're not very girly. And I'm like, okay, is that a compliment? Is it a criticism? Is it's like, well, you know, I mean, I was raised by two Air Force sergeants. So yeah, I can be kind of like, okay, let's get it done. Let's do this. Let's, you know. And growing up, you know, I was usually around guys more than I was around girls. So yeah, you know, it was because, you know, my younger brother, who was, I mean, my total running buddy, my younger brother and I, you know, it was like, you know, we were like this. And so I hung out a lot with his friends, and a lot of them were guys. So, you know, a fellow military brat, that's right, you know, up for the military brats. You know, because we're a special breed of cat, you know, that we, you know, when you grow up military, there are definite things that get instilled. One, I don't know a single military brat who does not know how to military roll their socks. And, you know, we used to actually be able to make our beds so that you could bounce a quarter on it. So, you know, there are certain skill sets that you learn, but everybody has unique skill sets, you know, and to appreciate the uniqueness of each person, because, you know, it's so important for us to remember that it's a good thing that we're different. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we're similar, but the fact that we're different, the fact that we have different skills and different abilities makes it so easy to get stuff done. I was raised, as most people, to use stereotypical assumptions, but these days I try very hard not to use them. My dad was a bomb disposal. Oh my gosh, dude, much love and much respect. And mom was logistics controller. Ooh, so, I mean, you learn the right way to do stuff when you're hanging around a logistics controller, because it's like they look at everything. And it's like, all right, how do we put this together and make it function right? And, you know, get the best possible outcome. So those are some excellent skills. But, I mean, bomb disposal? Ooh. Oh, dude. That is hardcore. That is, I mean, and like I said, much love and respect to both. Because, you know, they both are focused on having good outcomes and finding the way to the best outcome. So, you know, it was, you know, and is, you know, it's interesting because, you know, people will say it's like, oh, well, you were raised military. Why didn't you go into the military? Well, because one, my father was having none of it. You know, my dad, his certainty in life was that I would never go into the military. Because while it was an amazing experience for him, now my father lied his way into the military at 16. And went straight into the Korean War in 1949. And that was not the best time to be in Korea. And there was a lot, and I can only imagine, like when I think of my sons at 16, when I think of myself at 16, it's like, oh my God, the fact that somebody would have put a gun in my hand or a gun in their hands at some point and thrown them into a war. 16 is not the time to be in a war. I mean, you know, unless short of it being Call of Duty or Warzone or, you know, Battlefield, it's like, okay, let's stick to the video games. But, have you heard of the Northern Ireland conflict from the 70s and 80s? Really? Oh my God. Okay, that explains the absolute respect. That was, yeah. I remembered what was going on. I mean, and we didn't even have the internet at that point. But, the news that came out of that time, and, so many people who were so worried about it going back to that time, because of, the whole Brexit thing, and, and my love and prayers for, that entire region. And I am on my list of places that I'm absolutely going to go is Ireland. I want to go to Ireland so bad. It is just, I avoided the military. I've always had this thought that I might enjoy it too much and didn't want it to become who I am. Very, very, that's some clear thinking, because, whether it changes you a little, whether it changes you a lot, whether it changes you for the better or not so much, military life will change you. I saw the changes in my father, and not all of them were good. And while now there's more focus on, trying to help people who are dealing with that change, it's still really hard, and it's hard for the families. Oh, and he was in the Falklands. Okay, some of you younger folks, you guys need to be Googling this. Silver Architect is bringing up some tremendously important points in history. Please Google the Falklands conflict. Google, the border conflicts in Northern Ireland. Because whether you're from there or not, whether you, have any connection to it, these types of conflicts have very powerful lessons for the future, which, I pray every single day that the youth learn the lessons of the past so they don't have to repeat it. And these were like major things that were, back then, if news was so significant that they would interrupt a program, like a TV program. I mean, well, in the 70s, in the 60s, we only had 3 channels. In the 70s, there were like maybe a dozen. And we actually started MTV in the 80s. So, but, when stuff would come out about these conflicts, it's like, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you special news. And, and that, they would actually cut into shows. And we knew that stuff was serious when a TV show got interrupted for news. I mean, at that point, it's like everybody in the house, we'd all gather like around the TV, because if something was interrupting, your regularly scheduled broadcast, then, and that was how we found out about everything. We found out about stuff over the TV, when the news was broadcast, or, in the newspaper or in magazines. But the fact that, somebody could, like pick up their cell phone and immediately know what's happening in, the farthest reaches of the planet. I mean, that's amazing to me because I remember what life was like before that, and being able to appreciate the human cost of some of these conflicts, and the people. It's like, we only saw the pictures that were, one, allowed to go out, and were approved to go out. But now you can see faces, you can see, you get to know the people, you get to know their struggles, because they're posting their experiences. And, it just is amazing to me, because then people can support, then we can come together, then we can have discussions, and not everybody's going to agree on what's the best way to solve it. And it allows us to be able to find common ground. And that's the first start in being able to resolve an issue, is finding common ground. And we can only do that when we get together. We can only do that when we realize that together we've got this. And only together. There's a lot we can do on our own, and a lot, you just push through. But honestly, not only do I find it much more productive to have a group experience to achieve a goal, but it's a lot more fun. Used to be that those who won could control the history. Exactly. Now with the internet, that's less likely to happen. Ding, ding, ding. Absolutely, JJ. There's an old saying, history is written by the winners. And the idea that now there are so many ways for people to find out things other than, whatever is the government, or, broadcasting approved version of something. People are seeing live what is going on, from the perspective of the people. Because it's like, when people are using their phones, it's like you're seeing it almost like in a first person view of what's happening. And, if it's something exciting, if it's something great, or if it's something tragic, people are able to connect with the humanity of it and with the humans of it. It's not just an event, it is the people experiencing the event. And like I said, I have a lot of faith in the future, because the young people now, they get to know people in a way that we couldn't. That, it's hard to convince someone to hate someone when you've, gotten a birthday greeting from them on Twitter, or they sent you an Instagram photo of their new puppy, or, and things like that. Could be we have the exact opposite problem. Too much information with no good way to judge what's true. That is also true. That is absolutely 100%, because, with the onset of, Photoshop and all kinds of other things, can we truly believe what we see? So I think that the more people get information from different sources, and that's another part of the whole collective thing. Finding out information from multiple sources. And who do you look for? As a doctor, when I look at, evidence coming out about either COVID or about anything else, the first thing I do is like, okay, what is the source of this information? Is it peer reviewed? And for those of you who don't know what that means, if something comes out scientifically, one of the most important things for it to happen is for it to be reviewed. And what's called peer review means that there are people who receive that information and they look at it, they examine it objectively, and then they all, and this is like multiple people and multiple groups that just focus on looking at research that comes out to see if it's valid. It's like, look, is this feasible? Does this ring true? And so when you have something that is peer reviewed, then that means there are multiple people who are not connected to you at all, receive your information and, go, okay, what do I think of this? What do I, how do I perceive this? Does this ring true? Is this scientifically valid? So I look for stuff. It's like, okay, first, does it sound like it makes sense? Second, where did this research come from? Third, who was the one who checked the validity of that research? And do I trust them? Is that a trustworthy source? Are there any bias? Because we always have to take a look at what is the bias. If somebody is trying to get me to believe something that they're saying, what is it that, either they have to gain from me believing them, or what is it that is their motivation in getting me to believe them? Sadly, political systems don't really have a peer review. Oh, goodness, they need one. They need one. But, ultimately, caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. And Shakespeare had a saying that, what was it? It was from, I think it was from Macbeth. Anyway, I can't remember. I'll remember it at some point. But there's also a saying, believe only half of what you see and none of what you hear. So it's good to be a bit skeptical. It's good to say, you know what, we can be a little skeptical with this, because that opens up the possibility that, you know what, maybe we'll confirm it and maybe we'll debunk it. But it's important to get information from multiple sources. And again, that's where the we comes in, because if if I have a certain theory about something on Twitch, or if I have a question, I'm not just going to ask one person. I'm going to ask multiple people. I'm going to say, hey, JJ, I heard this, what do you think? Or JD, or, or Papa Merritt, who may be younger, but, he still has definitely valid, everybody. You can ask anybody. No matter how young they are, they have an opinion about it based on their experience. So the more we find out what other people think, while at the same time realizing that that is simply an opinion. Now, does that opinion resonate with me? Does it ring true? And it doesn't have to. But we can all, find those common ground points and say, well, I may not agree on how somebody wants to do something, but the fact that the ultimate goal, oh yeah, we can all agree on that. It's just the how it happens that usually is where things get tricky. So, always be willing to believe. I always, remind myself I could be totally wrong. And I will tell people, it's like, well, here's what I think, but then again, I could be full of beans. So, it reminds me not to take my opinion so seriously, because it is just that, based on my experience and what I feel, and what I feel my truth is. What's my truth isn't necessarily someone else's, and they've got every right to theirs. And I don't have to believe what they believe, and they don't have to believe what I believe, for us to be able to go, you know what, if we have a common outcome that we want, let's figure out a way that works for both of us, and we can figure something out. But it's when we do it together, when we hang together, when we acknowledge each other's humanity and our divinity, when we realize that we are all sacred beings having a human experience, that nobody has all the answers, not even this old boomer lady. I'm not really as interested in answers as I am really cool questions, because I know that really cool questions lead to some amazing answers. It's not about, whose answer is right. It's about who has found the answer for themselves. My answer might not be someone else's answer. I'll tell them what worked for me. But ultimately, I do believe that everyone has an answer inside of them. And all they need are the right questions to reach it. So, that's what I focus on. And, I have heard some of the coolest questions that make me go, wow, I had not thought of that. That inspires this other thought. And then somebody mentions something and I get totally distracted. But other than that, it's all about working together. Because together, we've got this. So, that's our time for today, and thank you so much, everybody. And I want to give a great, big, huge thank you to all of my friends who are hanging out in the Loving Lurkers Lounge. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. And, JJ the Bunny, and JD, and Silver Architect, and, Non-Gaming Gamer. And I hope you feel well, sweetie. I hope you feel much better, and I hope that you get to go out and enjoy the sun, and and Papa Merritt, and let's see who else, Infamous Jo, and all the folks, and Mixel, my sweet. Thank you all, because you got a lot of choices in streams and places to hang out, and I'm so honored that you choose to hang out here. And and Infamous, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. I'm thinking about doing something interesting to celebrate June, and I'm thinking of doing a Bean Boozle Fiery Challenge. Now, I like spicy food, but I've heard that this kind of takes it to another level. And so I'm thinking in June, for every sub I get, sub or gift sub, then I will eat a random hot Bean Boozle bean. So I have 7 streams up, and it is a laugh remembering which channel you're chatting in. Oh my God, I've done that where it's like I respond to a chat and realize that it was meant for another stream. Oh my gosh. And again, happy anniversary and happy birthday celebrations to you, Silver Architect. Awesome. Alrighty. Let's see. Let us see who we have. You know what? Mixel is still streaming. How about we go give Mixel a raid? Because he is an absolute sweetheart. He's a young guy from Germany, which I find it fascinating that, you know, it's like I'll go to somebody's stream and they'll be speaking a language. It's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea they didn't, that they didn't speak fluent English, because, it's like, I don't know if there's a translator thing, but he does an amazing job. And we're going to go and give him a little raid, because he's just been such a sweetheart, and he comes in and and he's just a young guy trying to grow his channel. So we're gonna go show him some love. And if you ever wanted to learn German, you can go to his stream and practice German. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Now remember, on Thursdays, tomorrow, I will start my stream at 10 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. So keep up with that. And June 1st, I will announce the giveaway, and hopefully it will arrive in time for me to be able to show you. And I hope that, you just have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I hope that you, just really realize how amazing you are, and realize how, just special you are. And most of all, please, please, please realize that you are the only you in all of the universe. The only you that has ever been, and the only you that will ever be. And what that does is it makes you special, it makes you sacred, and most of all, it makes you necessary. Because as the only you in all of the universe wouldn't be the same or even complete without you. So again, thank you for joining me. If you can come along on the raid, great. If you have your day to get on with, then, thank you for joining me, and I wish you a wonderful one. And as always, I wish you balance, and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. And as I used to tell my sons, have a good day, learn something new. I'm proud of you, and I love you. Alrighty. Always remember, no matter where you go, there you are. Awesome reference. Buckaroo Banzai. Another excellent movie. It's an old movie, but it's a hilarious one. Buckaroo Banzai. Google it. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And ding, 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 ding. See you tomorrow. Bye.